Chosen one, this is not a coincidence, and this is not a random moment in your day. You did not click on this video by accident. You were brought here by a divine plan, by a precise alignment in the spirit at a time that heaven itself snorts has marked. Be aware that something is happening in the background of your life. You are now on the verge of a moment that will separate the past from the future. This is not a normal time. This is holy timing, chosen one. God has set times for things to happen, and sometimes those times change quickly. The Bible tells us in Ecclesiastes 31 that there is a time for everything under heaven. There is no delay, confusion, or restlessness going on right now. That which stirs up things right before they move. It is the pressure that builds up just before it is let go. It's the sign that the hour has come. The Bible talks about this as a Kairos moment, which means a divine interruption or a window where heaven leans into earth and decisions are made that can't be changed. Bible verse 22 in Isaiah 6:22 says that God makes things happen quickly, and quickly is coming up faster than you think. Let your heart and spirit rest, chosen one. What is going to be said is not meant to make you laugh. It's meant to get you going. Stay here, pay close attention. There will be a change soon as a chosen one. The enemy knows exactly where you are. And that's why the pressure has grown instead of gone down. There is no chance in this resistance. It's not bad luck. This isn't just life suddenly going against you. This is the last stretch. The narrow passage opens up wide just before the breakthrough. The opposition doesn't lessen when someone is about to cross the finish line. It gets stronger as the threat of your obedience becoming real becomes more clear. The resistance grows. I want to be clear and kind. What you are going through is not proof that something is wrong. It's proof that something is about to come out, anointed one. This test doesn't say that it is a test. It comes in the form of loss, confusion, and sudden withdrawal. People who used to be close now feel far away. It feels colder to talk to people. Support seems less thick. Chances that seemed certain at one point suddenly stop or go away. It's hard to get money now that it used to be easy to get. When you finally stop doing other things, you feel a question rise in your chest. Why does it feel like everything is moving backward when you thought it was moving forward? I've been there. I remember times when everything became cloudy overnight and peace was replaced by an ache. I couldn't explain. I remember asking God why following His rules seemed to cost me more than not doing them. Chosen one, don't be afraid to hear this. You're not getting in trouble. You are being put in place. You're not going backwards. Like an arrow in a bow, you are being pulled back. That stress isn't meant to break you either. It's meant to get you going. Archers can pull their bows farther back to make the arrow travel farther. What seems like loss is actually getting in line. What feels like stripping is actually getting ready. What feels like being alone is actually progress. Heaven is making room around you so that what's coming can land without things that can't go with you getting in the way. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions. with a family that speaks the language of. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. Faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. Snort's blessed one. This is where a lot of people quit. They don't lack faith. They just don't get what's going on at the moment. Instead of seeing resistance as confirmation, they see it as rejection. Instead of seeing silence as training, they think it means being left alone. Now is the time when your character is more important than your skills. More than your skills, your heart is being looked at. Heaven isn't asking if you can do it. Heaven wants to know if you can stay surrendered even when things don't make sense. There is a line here between the truly chosen and those who just wanted the reward without the work chosen one. It's more important to stay steady right now than to stay comfortable. This is the point where self-control turns into spiritual battle. Part of the test is not complaining when you really want to. It's part of the test to keep your heart safe when anger starts to rise. Part of the test is staying honest when giving in would feel easier. Part of the test is worshiping when praise seems forced. This is something I learned the hard way. There were times when I just wanted to defend myself, explain myself, or tell my story to feel like I was understood. But something changed every time I kept quiet and chose to trust. When you obey in secret, it has more weight than when you obey in public. Beloved one, things don't change slowly after you pass this test. They change quickly. Heaven doesn't take its time giving rewards. Heaven lets go when locked doors swing wide instead of cracking open. That felt hidden favor comes to the surface all at once. People who had been ignoring you now see what they hadn't seen before. Chances that you missed are coming back to you quickly. When it does happen, the atmosphere will change so quickly that it will be hard to keep your bearings. That's the way divine timing works. We are reminded in the Bible that the vision waits for the right time and comes right away when it does. That idea is alive and well in your life right now. This is why your words are so important now, chosen one. Talking about your struggle over and over again makes it stronger. Saying you'll be late makes it last longer. Saying you lack leads to more lack. There is no neutral in your mouth. It's creative. What you talk about over and over again is what you experience in the end. This is not denying the truth. This is in line with the truth. It's not faith to act like nothing hurts. Faith is telling pain that it doesn't have the last word. Even though I was still stuck when I started talking breakthrough, my environment didn't change right away. But my authority did. And eventually, when your authority changes, things have no choice but to follow. Beloved, guard your peace like your life depends on it. Because it does in a spiritual sense. Being peaceful doesn't mean you're weak. Peace is where you stand. When you're calm, you can see things more clearly. Your spirit can hear better. When you are calm, the enemy can't get into your mind when you are at peace. You can expect distractions right now. Know that some conversations will seem harmless, but will drain you. Get ready for urgent situations that are loud but not necessary. Not everything that wants your attention is worth your time. As you grow spiritually, you learn what to ignore. Chosen one, be true to what you have in your hands now, even if it seems small or unimportant. Starting out small is not an insult. Inviting people to come. The Spirit keeps track of what you do when no one is looking. Being good in the dark helps you get ready for being seen without falling apart. Blessings have been held up not because the person asking for them wasn't worthy, but because they weren't ready to handle what they asked for. You are not being kept from God. His job is to protect what He is about to give you. Anointed one, I need you to fully understand this. This section comes to a close. This test isn't meant to see how perfect you are. It's testing how persistent you are. It's not a test of your strength. Snorts, it's looking at how much you gave up. There's nothing you need to prove. All you have to do is stay open. You are not being pushed away by the pressure you feel. It's meant to hold you down stronger. Stay here. Keep your door open, O chosen one. Stay true, because what is coming together now will support everything that is about to rise. Before doubt tries to change what you are feeling, there is something you need to know about this season. Lack of noise does not mean absence. Delay does not mean no. Pressure doesn't mean you'll be turned down right now. What you're going through is not heaven leaving you. It looks like heaven is getting closer than it ever has been. Yes, God is still when you ask Him to be. He is arranging things that cannot be rushed, explained, or forced into place. I've learned that God's moves are often the loudest when our lives are at their quietest. Dear Anointed One, this last test is not meant to tire you out, but to get rid of everything that can't go with you where you are going. God doesn't want to see how strong you are. He shows you how surrendered you are. There's a difference. Strength tries to keep everything in place. When we surrender, we let God fix what is broken. A lot of people think they failed because things stopped making sense. But the truth is that clarity often goes away just before improvement. The more you depend on understanding, the more you learn to trust. Chosen one. I'd like to share a quick story from my own life. There were times when I prayed for clarity but got mixed messages. When I asked for help, there was silence. I wanted to feel better, but all I felt was weight. I thought something was wrong with me at first. I later realized that God was teaching me how to walk without always needing to be told what to do. When you keep going, even when the lights go out, your faith grows. This is where your faith becomes unbreakable. Not because things get better, but because your base gets stronger, a known one. Heaven is watching how you act when nothing seems to be going on. Do you stay loyal when rewards take a while to come? Are you still kind? Do you keep following orders even when it costs you? A lot of good things are lost here not because people sinned, but because they gave up too soon. If the enemy can just get you to stop standing, he doesn't have to kill you. That's why the stress feels like it's about them. The attack feels like it was aimed at that person. That's why it is when you want to explain yourself. Chosen one, stop. Stop when you want to show how valuable you are. Let yourself feel ignored for a moment. You don't have to perform this season. It's telling you to stay. It's an act of worship to stay steady. Being faithful is a form of resistance. It takes trust to stay surrendered. The Bible talks about a vision that doesn't lie and waits for the right time. That waiting is not a passive thing. It is a dynamic alignment. Anointed one, be very careful to protect your inner world. Not everyone should be able to see what God is making in you. For some, this season is not meant to make sense because they are not in charge of the next one. Right now, being quiet is not a sign of weakness, it is smart. Distance does not mean giving up, it's called discernment. People teach you who to love and who to listen to from afar. This is growing up. This is progress. This is getting ready, chosen one. Don't look down on things that seem small or normal. Being faithful in the unseen gets you ready to have an impact in the visible. When you show up every time without getting praise, heaven notices. There are quiet doors that open when you do your best without expecting anything in return. I've seen God speed up people overnight after they had secretly obeyed Him for years. Others were shocked by the public breakthrough because they didn't see the private faithfulness that came before it. Blessed one, act of kindness this holiday season matters a lot. It's not just about money. When you give when it's hard, it has to do with trust. You say that your source is not limited to what you can see. When you give away what you have, God fills hands that are open. He moves through hearts that have given up. This principle isn't based on transactions, it changes everything. Now you know how to flow instead of clinging. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Chosen one, worship is what you need right now. Honest worship, not worship that looks good. Praise God even when you're tired. Worship when answers take too long. Worship when it's easy to cry. Worship changes the mood because it changes the way people see things. You remind your soul who is in charge. When you worship, heavy feelings have gone away. Not because of changes in my circumstances, but because worship changed how I felt inside first. Holy One, this test is not about being perfect, it's about not giving up. People don't expect you to be perfect. You are being asked to be faithful. Keep coming out. Do not lose faith. Continue giving up. What you are making right now will help you get through what's coming next. Chosen one, a spiritual reality is playing out right now that most people don't notice. That's why this season feels heavier than any other you've been through. There's more to you than just dealing with feelings or situations. You are in the middle of a spiritual crossroads where choices are being made that will have effects even after this moment is over. Heaven and the opposition both know what's at stake. Which is why the tension feels so strong, focused, and unwavering when pressure builds up for no apparent reason. It's usually because fate is getting closer, a noted one. The enemy's plan right now is not to be creative, but to do the same thing over and over again. He keeps telling you the same lies, doubts, and memories in the hopes that you will agree with what you normally wouldn't. He tells you in a whisper that you missed it, that you waited too long, that you got God wrong, and that other people are moving past you while you stand still. But lies only work if people believe them. Thoughts only become strongholds when you give them attention. You are not being attacked because you are not strong, because you are aligned. You are being attacked. Chosen one, I want to tell you the truth. During my journey, there were times when the voice of doubt seemed logical, even reasonable. It did not scream. Instead, it asked what was taking so long to happen. The timelines were compared, it showed up mistakes. And to be honest, there were times when I almost agreed with them. Not because I stopped believing in God, but because I got tired of believing even though I couldn't see any proof. At that point, faith stops being a feeling and turns into a choice. Holy One, your mind is the battlefield right now. If the enemy can change how you see yourself, he doesn't have to stop your future. You're going to stop. That's why it's important to keep your thoughts safe. You shouldn't pay attention to every thought that comes to you. You don't have to agree with every feeling. To develop discernment, one must learn the difference between being convinced and being condemned. Faith brings you closer to God. Being condemned makes you feel ashamed and alone. God never talks to people who are hopeless. Chosen one, don't freak out when you feel down. Take a break. Do not run when fear tries to take over. Take deep breaths. You're not failing just because you're tired. You are a person. Being tired doesn't mean you can't apply. Giving up does. There is something inside you that won't give up because you are still standing, listening, and looking. You did not have that kind of strength. It was built through all the hard times you thought would break you, but didn't. Anointed one, people often get the silence from heaven wrong. There is still talk from God even when there is silence. Often it means He's already talked and is now watching to see if you will do what He said. A lot of people wait for new instructions while ignoring the ones they already have. Alignment isn't about always being shown the truth. It's about giving a faithful answer. If you do what the last word says, the next step will become clear. Dear Chosen One, it is powerful to worship in silence. The enemy is afraid of praise that doesn't lead to results right away. Worship changes the mood because it takes the focus off of fear and puts it back on trust. When you worship while not knowing what will happen, you say that God is still good even though you don't know what will happen. That stance confuses the other side because it takes away their power. Once someone trusts without conditions, the enemy can't use that trust against them. Unknown one, your obedience right now is tied to something that goes back generations. This is more important than your own comfort or success. There are cycles that end with you. If you stay true to this, patterns of lack, fear, addiction, or limitation will not move forward. Obedience today has an effect on future generations. Heaven will always remember the effect even if you never fully see it. What you free yourself from today will free other people tomorrow. Chosen one, don't forget how much power is growing inside you. Power doesn't make noise. It's over with. It's quiet confidence that comes from trust. You are learning how to move without being told what to do. You are learning how to stand up without being praised. That's getting ready for influence in a way that won't make you bad when it comes. God isn't just getting ready to bless us. He is getting you ready to handle it without losing who you are. You won't always be anointed one, but what this season does for you will. Strength, smarts, humility, clarity, and endurance. These are not qualities that are wasted, they are the base. If the shift has happened, which it will, you will know it because there will be peace instead of noise. Stay true to God, stay in the present, stay ready to give up. You're closer than you think. Dear Chosen One, something is changing in your life that you can't explain with logic alone. Events may look uncertain, slow, or even stuck from the outside. But they are already moving in the unseen world. Heaven doesn't rush things, but it also never misses a chance. It's not confusion that you feel right now. It's time for change. It's the feeling of being in the middle of what was and what is about to come out. This is the place where identity is honed and power is sealed and noted one. This phase is misunderstood by many because it feels bad. It's like waiting for things to become clear. For some, it's like having faith without proof. But this is where spiritual strength is built. You learn how to stand without relying on what will happen here. I remember seasons when nothing changed on the outside, but inside everything was changing. Those times made me ready for having responsibilities. I had no idea you were coming. Comfort would have ruled me out. Tension made me qualified, chosen one. Heaven is stepping in ways you can't quite understand yet. People you haven't met, doors you haven't seen, and chances you haven't even thought of being considered in decisions. Divine timing doesn't usually make a big deal out of itself. It talks before it roars. Because of this, wisdom is more important than excitement. Right now, you are being taught to seed alignment, not to look for stimulation. If something is really from God, it brings peace before it gives proof. Dear Anointed One, financial stress is often a part of this test. It's not because God withholds, but because He's changing the way you think about where your money comes from. Dependence grows when resources get tight. As you learn, provision does not come from people, systems, or patterns that you can count on. It only comes from God. I have been through times when it seemed like nothing was going on outside of me. But I later realized that God was freeing me from things that couldn't carry me to the next level. Kingdom responsibility and thinking about scarcity can't live together. If you want to grow spiritually, you must first grow internally before you can grow externally. In order to fix old things, God will not add new wine. He first pushes you to your limits. It may feel like pressure when you stretch, but it's just making room. More patience, wisdom, humility, and trust are being given to you. These traits aren't very exciting, but they are necessary. If you don't have them, blessing is more like a chore than a gift. This season, Anointed One, is all about giving up. Not passively giving up, but actively trusting. Have faith that God can see what you can't. Believe that delays are planned. Believe that being quiet is a plan. The Bible tells us that God makes everything beautiful at the right time. That beauty doesn't come quickly. When the alignment is done, it unfolds. You're not behind schedule. We haven't forgotten about you. Careful planning is being done to get you ready, chosen one. There will be times when you want to push things forward. Don't do it. When doors are forced, people often get hurt for no reason. What God opens doesn't need to be changed. It comes with peace, clarity, and assurance. Waiting does not mean doing nothing. It means to follow through on little things. It means being loyal without praise. It means doing the right thing even when no one is looking to the Anointed One. Relationships are also being looked at right now. Some connections will naturally break down. Not because of disagreements, but because people will be given different tasks. This isn't loss, it is in line. God is getting rid of things that are getting in the way so that divine connections can reach you easily. You can't always count on the people you walk with to be there for you. As the seasons change, so do our roles, chosen one. You are becoming more sensitive to the air around you. You'll be the first to notice changes. You'll quickly feel that something isn't right. Believe that. This ability to discern is a part of getting ready. It will keep you safe in places where power moves quickly and decisions are important. You are learning how to listen beyond what is said and see beyond what is seen. A noted one, stay on the ground, be humble, keep yourself open. What you're building now will keep you going. When things speed up, you will remember that this season wasn't just empty time. It was wholly getting ready. When the time comes to let go, you'll be ready to do so with wisdom, gratitude, and power. Chosen one, what is happening now isn't just about what you're stepping into. It's also about what you're getting rid of so you can stand strong when the time comes for elevation. In terms of promotion, God is not careless. He doesn't quickly lift someone just to see them fall over from the weight of what they asked for. And that's why this season feels more like work than a reward. You're not going to be late. You are being kept stable. The foundation is being made stronger so that when you grow, it won't destroy you. Anointed one, a lot of people get the idea of divine favor wrong. A lot of people think that favor takes away pressure, but in reality, favor often brings about pressure. Before it brings about peace, cracks that are still there are shown by pressure. Pressure shows up weaknesses that were hidden. Pressure shows what still needs to be fixed. I remember times when I thought I was ready for the next level, but then I realized that my heart still had wounds that would have let them bleed into places of power. It wasn't that God didn't bless me. He kept other people safe from the parts of me that weren't healed and kept me safe from myself. Heal yourself, chosen one. This is part of the test. Healing on an emotional and mental level, including healing from disappointment, betrayal, and lost hope. Pain that isn't dealt with will always be louder than anointing if it isn't given up. God is not only getting your hands ready to receive, but also your heart ready to give. God's blessing can let people in, but only good character can keep them out. You will learn how to respond instead of react, how to listen instead of guess, and how to pause instead of freak out this season. You, the anointed one, may have noticed that old ways of dealing with stress no longer work. Distractions make you feel poor. The noise is annoying. Nothing old can make you feel better now. That's not losing. That's growth. You are being weaned off of things that used to help you stay alive, but can't support the person you are becoming now. Not on habits, but on presence. You are being asked to depend on it more. The pain you're feeling is your spirit growing too big for its old homes. Let's talk about obedience in the little things. Chosen one, because that's where most people miss the miracle. Being obedient isn't always exciting. There are times when being honest is the best thing to do because no one would know if you lied. There are times when it means choosing to rest instead of trying. There are times when people choose silence over explanation. These times are important to heaven. They don't seem important, but they help people trust things they can't see. You get more from God when He knows He can trust your heart. Anointed one, authority is quietly growing inside you. Not authority that needs to be paid attention to, but authority that is respected without any work on your part. You are getting better at standing up without calling out. You can't teach this kind of power. You earn it by giving up, being patient, and obeying. One day people will feel something different about you that they won't be able to put their finger on. That difference won't just come from being sure of yourself. It will come from the alignment you pick. One kind act this holiday season might look different from what you thought it would. It's not just about giving money. It's about being gracious when you'd rather stay away, patient when you feel rushed, and kind when you think someone doesn't get you. These acts of kindness make your heart softer and stop anger from taking root. I have seen people get kicked out of things faster because they were angry than because they failed. God is keeping you safe from that by teaching you how to let go instead of holding on. Your prayers are being heard, Anointed One. They are being screened. Some requests are being met right away, others are getting better. God often responds by changing what people want instead of giving it to them exactly the way they asked. When your wants line up with His timing, being fulfilled doesn't feel overwhelming. This is why it's important to wait. Waiting makes intention pure, chosen one. Don't mix up being still with staying the same. Being still is a strategy. It lets you hear things that some other noise would cover up. It lets you see what kinds of motion would blur. In stillness, intentions become clear. When you're still, your priorities become clear. In quiet, God speaks in a clear, soft voice. You don't need to do anything else. You are being told to pay attention. Dear Anointed, moving up to the next level will require wisdom, humility, and self-control. In public, these traits aren't praised, but they're necessary in private. As you grow, God is making you into someone who has influence without ego. Success without pride and provision without pride. This doesn't happen often. That's why the process is so tough. Dear Chosen One, stay true. Stay open to learning. Stay open. You are not being punished by the season you are in. It's getting ready. The things that are being built now will support the things that come after. You won't scramble when the speed up comes, which it will. You'll be all set. You'll be able to move with ease, clarity, and power, knowing that nothing was wasted. Dear Chosen One, as this season goes on, something quiet, but powerful is happening inside you. The way you see things is changing. You are changing the way you look at life, people, and events. Things that were important before don't seem as important now. Things that used to get you excited no longer do. It's not a loss of passion. This is getting better at focusing. As you move forward, God is resetting your inner compass so that you won't be distracted by what's loud, but by what is true. Anointed One, this recalibration can make you feel lost. There are times when you might wonder why you don't belong where you used to. The conversations aren't deep, it's heavy in old places. Patterns you've seen before no longer make you happy. I remember realizing that places where I used to feel at ease now felt stifling and limiting. I thought something was wrong with me at first. Later I realized that God was making me bigger and what used to fit couldn't hold what I was becoming. Chosen One, this is also why you've become more sensitive to the truth. You can tell when something is wrong even if you can't explain it. This wisdom is not meant to keep you alone, it's meant to keep you safe. Things you choose will have a bigger effect in the next season. More will be said about alignments. It's not always your door that's open. Not every chance you get will come from God. You are being taught to stop, listen, and put more value on peace than on potential. Anointed One, this is where a lot of people get lost. They mix up urgency with instructions. They get opportunity and assignment mixed up. But you won't need to worry about what God has planned for you. It won't ask for compromise. It won't force you to hurry up and give up peace. When divine doors open, they bring clarity and assurance. It doesn't matter how good something looks. If it makes you feel bad or if it breaks your values, it's not alignment. Chosen one, let's talk about obedience once more. This time obedience is being tested in a more in-depth way. Obedience may have meant doing things in the past. It's now time to talk about posture. It's about trusting God when you don't know what will happen. It's about choosing to be faithful even though there are no guarantees. I've learned that following orders without praise makes you stronger. When you obey without being praised, you build strength that can't be broken. When things get tough, anointed one, it's easy to feel like you should compare your journey to that of others right now. You might feel like you're not getting noticed while other people are moving up quickly, getting praise, or having clear successes. But comparison changes calling. God doesn't compare you to other people. He judges you based on your purpose. Your schedule is unique. Your task is very clear. That which looks like delay is often just precision. You're not behind. You are being aligned and picked. Being patient doesn't mean just waiting. Trust that you act on. It means choosing to believe that God is at work even when it doesn't look like He is. I understand how hard that can be. There were times when I felt like I was wasting time by waiting. But now that I think about it, those times made me more wise, less proud, and more dependent on others. I would have done something wrong if movement had come sooner. Anointed one, right now your inner life is getting stronger. You are learning to control your feelings, to be in pain without reacting, and to have faith without forcing things to happen. For the next level of responsibility, these skills are must-haves. If you don't have emotional maturity, having influence can hurt you. God is making sure that you won't be controlled by impulse, fear, or insecurity when you rise. Chosen one, let me talk about how tired you might be. Being tired isn't just physical. It is the tiredness that comes from waiting for a long time. You have faith that lasts a long time. It would have been easier for you to sit down instead of stand. I want you to fully understand this. It's not giving up to rest. It's not a failure to pause. God doesn't want you to burn out to show how much you love Him. He wants you to rest so that you can keep going. Anointed one, rest this season looks like trust. It looks like giving up control. It looks like letting God carry what you were never meant to carry on your own. You don't fall behind when you rest. Your strength is being saved for what's coming. The Bible even talks about people getting stronger when they wait on the Lord. Waiting keeps going, trying to drains. Chosen one, the way you see yourself is also changing. Labels from the past don't fit anymore. Your old fears no longer define who you are. You are taking a step toward having a better sense of who you are and who you are not. When attention gets stronger, this clarity will keep you safe. You won't have to perform to get approval because you are rooted in who you are. One of your best qualities will be how stable you are. Anointed one, pay close attention, be humble, stay ready to give up. You are getting ready for clarity, momentum, and authority with the refinement you feel now. You are not stuck. You are being shaped, not forgotten. You are being aligned. You will know right away when the signal to move comes. Not because of noise, but because of peace. There's a reason why this season feels like everything is coming together at once. Chosen one. Stress on one side, peace on another, flashes of clarity, and then fog again. It's not chaos. We are now at convergence. God is tying together many parts of your life by lining up your timing, character, and purpose so that when you start moving, you do it perfectly. Orchestration is what makes things feel too much. Sensing details that you could never handle on your own is heaven. Unnoted one. This is also why you might feel more emotional. Joy comes in waves and then sadness comes back. As confidence grows, doubt starts to creep back in. Not being stable does not mean this. It means you are about to cross a line. Thresholds are painful because they need to be let go of. You can't fully enter what's to come while holding on to what you already know. God is teaching you how to let go without being afraid in a kind, but firm way. Chosen one, some patterns in your life are ending quietly. Old fears, old reactions, and old thought patterns that used to be safe, but now feel open to being seen. You can't fake this kind of growth. Heaven sees it, but no one else does yet. You're not responding the way you used to. You're taking a break instead of freaking out. Prayer is what you are doing instead of acting. You are not assuming. Instead, you are discerning. These changes are big. There are proofs that the test works. Unnoted one. I want to talk about how it feels to be misunderstood. People will sometimes get the wrong idea from your silence, your limits, or your restraint. If you have changed in a bad way, they might think you have grown up. For people who benefited from your lack of boundaries, growth often looks like space. This isn't being cocky. You are in charge of your energy, your peace, and your calling, chosen one. You are also learning the difference between being open and being able to be reached. Not everyone should be able to see your plans, thoughts, or process. Right now, privacy is the best way to stay safe. It's better to pray over some things than to post about them, protected, and not explained. That was a hard lesson for me. Sharing too early led to opinions that hurt faith. Silence let the vision get clearer without any distractions. Anointed One power is beginning to settle on you in a quiet, peaceful way. You don't need to persuade, chase, or prove anyone anymore, not at all. That's not disregard. That's confidence that comes from being in line. When you know who sent you, you don't need confirmation from people who don't getting it. This inner stability is important for what's to come because influence without a solid base is dangerous. Let's talk about the fear of missing it. Chosen one, that fear isn't from God. Your future is not hidden by a single mistake, says God. What's meant for you can't go around you. Not perfection, but obedience will keep you on track. I used to worry that making one bad choice would ruin everything. Over time, I learned that God cares more about guiding you than waiting for you to mess up. When you know that His grace leads as much as His teaching, fear gives way to trust. Blessed one, you're not late, you're not behind, you are not forgotten. Time has nothing to do with speed, it's about being ready. You are getting ready to do something that will require you to be emotionally stable, spiritually wise, and humble. You can't rush these things. Whenever God moves you, it will last. Not just be a big show that doesn't last long. Dear chosen one, you are also becoming more compassionate. You now have a different view of people. You think about hardship in a new way now that you didn't before. You're not weak for feeling this way. Learning how to be a leader that heals instead of rules is what it takes. Power that lifts instead of holds back. God is making you into a strong leader who doesn't lose their compassion. That balance is hard to find and costs a lot to build a noted one. You should expect to feel exposed on the inside from time to time. Some old insecurities may come back to haunt you for a short time, but only so they can be fully let go of. A lot of the time, healing hurts before it frees you. Let God touch the places you used to avoid. Letting go does not mean giving up. It makes room for change to happen. When you don't treat wounds, they lose their power. Chosen one, your obedience is building speed that you can't see yet. When you plant seeds of faith, they grow underground before they ever reach the ground. There is no waste in this season. The weight of every prayer whispered, every boundary held, and every moment you chose honesty over ease is building up in your spirit. The breakthrough will happen quickly, but it will have been building up for a long time. Anointed one, keep your eyes on peace. Peace will let you know when the next step comes. It won't be hard to understand. It will make sense. Even if it makes you work hard, it will be clear to you because it will match up with what God has been quietly building in you the whole time. There is still more to go on the test, but you passed it. Chosen one, stay true, stay grounded, and stay surrendered. You are closer than you think. And what's coming will be worth all the hard work you put in to get here. Oh, chosen one, this is where everything starts to come together in a way that isn't stressful. You are not meant to carry this weight around with you. It was meant to make you stronger, not weaker. You are now entering the release phase, the time when obedience starts to show itself snorts in the form of movement. Not chaos or confusion, but alignment. Even though you won't be able to see every detail just yet, you will know for sure that the season has changed. You will feel a quiet assurance, a steady confidence. Holy One, this is where a lot of people think the fireworks will start, but God usually starts with peace. Peace that doesn't depend on what's going on, peace that makes you feel at ease. Peace that stops the need to hurry. This peace doesn't just sit there. It proves something. Before God moves, He makes sure you are stable. He holds you down on the inside so that when things speed up, they don't shake you. I trust calmness more than excitement now. The excitement wanes. Peace is still there, chosen one. The last test you've been taking has never been about whether you deserve what's coming. It was about whether you could handle it without becoming lost. That's why you were pushed to be humble. That's why they had to give up. That's why shortcuts were taken away. You were not being slowed down by God. He was ensuring long-term success. What He's about to give us is meant to last. Not just impress for a short time and then disappear. Anointed one, there is a change coming in your finances and daily life that starts in your mind before it shows up in real life. When stewardship is needed, scarcity thinking can't last. It's teaching you to think of provision as an assignment instead of an entitlement. You will be blessed with more when it comes and it will flow through you. People are giving you resources because your heart has been cleaned up. God knows what you'll do with the things He gives you. Picked one. Watch as doors start to open on their own. Don't force or trick them. It won't take any work to have conversations. Chances will come up without any pressure. There will be favor without a reason. This is how you'll know it's God. You don't have to give up your peace for what He brings. It makes it better. When something is truly aligned, it makes you stronger instead of weaker. Anointed one, relationships will still change, but now they will be clearer. The right people won't need to be persuaded. What you carry will be known to them. They will meet you with respect instead of battle and with help instead of opposition. Not everyone will stay because of this. It means that alignment will take the place of attachment. You won't be sad about what's leaving because you'll know what's coming, chosen one. This breakthrough comes with a new level of responsibility. Being seen makes people more accountable. Honesty is needed to have influence. God isn't raising you up so that you can avoid trouble. His goal is to make you better so that you can be a solution. What you've been through has made you a compassionate, wise, and calm leader. Your pain was worth it. It turned into planning Anointed One. Don't be shocked if things move quickly from now on. A lot of the time, acceleration comes after long periods of stillness. It may feel too much at first when the release happens. That makes sense. Don't move around. Continue to pray. Be willing to learn. Momentum is a gift, but you need to take care of it. Keep in mind what you learned while you were waiting. They will show you how to move. Chosen One, you won't be going into the next season by yourself. Heaven has been a part of everything from the start. Help will be there when it's needed. When it's needed, correction will come. Help will show up at the right times. There is no need for you to know everything. You only need to stay in line. God doesn't show us the whole way all at once. That's enough. He tells us what to do next. You have been chosen, but there will still be problems. Breakthrough doesn't get rid of opposition. It changes where you stand in it. But you're not the same person who started this test. You're stronger, smarter, more discerning, and more willing to give up. You know how to trust instead of control, how to wait instead of rush, and how to listen instead of freak out. These traits will keep you safe. You have not reached the end of your journey, Chosen One. It is the start of a new chapter that was written from a place of alignment instead of strain. What you get next will confirm what you went through before. When you look back, you'll know why the timing was so important, why the pruning was necessary, and why the waiting was holy. Anointed One, stay true when you're moving as you were when you were still. Don't change the way you're standing that got you here. As the seasons change, being thankful, humble, and obedient will keep you in line. It's possible that you did better on this test than you think. The results are going to speak for themselves. Chosen One, trust what's going on. Believe in the person you've become. Trust that God has led you through every step you haven't seen. Now is not the time to back down. Now is the time to move forward with peace of mind, clarity, and quiet confidence. What's coming will honor the hard work you put in to get here. You have been chosen, and the choice has been made. Heaven moved for you today. While you were watching this message, the courts of glory got together. The angels were told what they were supposed to do. The big step forward you've been praying for has happened. You are now on the verge of making your biggest dream come true. This test is not what's stopping you. It is your service punishment. The job is yours now. You are in a Kairos moment, which is a holy place where divine timing meets human obedience, and heaven's plan meets earth's reality. And now the anointing that has been saved for this very moment is being released on your life. Pay attention to this word from the prophet. You didn't just happen to be in this season, you were placed in a smart way. Every delay you had was a divine alignment that kept you from being exposed too soon. Every closed door was a divine reroute that kept you away from fakes. Your spiritual strength was built up through every battle you fought just in time for this moment. There was no waste, there was no chance, there was no point to anything. Right now, the spirit of breakthrough is over your life. The transfer is moving. What was locked is now open. What was held back is now being given out. What was delayed is moving faster. What was hidden is now being shown. The favor you couldn't make happen is now happening. The doors that you couldn't open are now wide open. Your lack of provision is now being poured out. But you have to do your part, Chosen One. You need to stay where you are. You need to keep your faith. Keep your heart pure and your spirit alert, because the enemy will try one last time to get rid of you, distract you, and give up just before you make a breakthrough. He knows what's going to happen. He is scared when he sees what is being let out. Put your feet down, lift your head, and make your face look like flint. You're not supposed to be here. You were told to be here. You're not a slave. You're the winner. You have not lost. You are blessed by God. And the person who called you will finish what he began in you. Say something to seal your victory before you leave this moment. Write in the comments, "I passed this test." Let those words bring about the supernatural. Over the next 30 days, I will be releasing prophetic guidance and strategic encouragement to help you get through what's coming. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and stay connected. Heaven has seen you by grace. You're safe. An angel is with you. It is meant for you to win. Now you should go out and live out everything God has said about your life. This is the end of the test. The victory starts now. It's your turn now. This is the transfer for you. This is your victory. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says give and heaven will open over you on this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit Out Community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.